What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about Red Guardian. So he is actually getting a buff, and I'm not too sure when he's going to get the buff in the live servers, but we actually have it in the beta, and we're going to jump into some gameplay in just a second. But I'm not too sure like how many things changed about Red Guardian because I didn't really know his kit, but I played him a little bit, and his damage is actually super strong. Like honestly, it's really tough for a science champion nowadays to be good because there's so many good champions, and then you're just comparing Red Guardian to like Scorpion and stuff like that. And the thing about Red Guardian that I'm seeing is that he doesn't have immunities. The only immunity that he has is buff immunity, which is really strong, but he doesn't have any like debuff immunities. But let's talk about his kit now. So he's immune to buffs, and whenever he gets a buff, he would gain 1 durability on his shield, which that definitely existed, I remember that. And then he would start the fight with 9, and he can stack up to 10, but with the Awaken ability, he would be able to get up to 15 if you have a max sig. And also, well-timed blocks do not remove durability, but blocked hits do. Now, each stack of durability increases perfect block by 5%, which is really strong, man. Like, you just start the fight with 9, so you basically have 45% perfect block chance. This is really strong. And let's say you get it up to 15, which is the maximum on his sig, you have a 75% chance to perfect block. Like, this is straight up insane. And then he can also block unblockable attacks, and he gains a lot more block proficiency on them. But if you block an unblockable attack, your shield is going to go down to 0, but you will be able to block all of the incoming attacks. So let's say you fight like an onslaught and he's got an unblockable special 1, you would be able to block all the rest of it. And then when he's reaching to 0, he has a cooldown of 18 seconds when he can get his shield back, and it would start at 7. Now, when the shield is fractured, so when it goes to 0, the opponent is going to get stunned for almost 2 seconds, and you're also going to inflict a trauma debuff, which you deal basically 80% of the damage you would deal as a burst of physical damage. 80% is really strong, and as you can see, it stacks twice. And I'll show you a tip once we go in the fight. Now, for our heavy attacks, they gain attack rating for each unique debuff on the opponent, and you can apply slow, fragility, trauma debuffs. That's what he applies. Those are the 3 debuffs, which are actually really strong. Like the trauma increases your damage, fragility increases your damage, and slow, it definitely is very useful, especially for a science champion. And then while this is actually a really cool mechanic that could work on defense. So while the shield is on cooldown, so when you have like when it's shattered, basically charging a heavy grants a Red Guardian an unstoppable passive, which is definitely really interesting because you could use this if you, let's say, want to refresh your slow, fragility, and trauma like immediately when you don't have any time, so you can like tank 1 hit and just refresh that. But it actually doesn't have a cooldown, so maybe some specific metas where you actually need to heavy counter someone, you're not gonna be able to do that against Red Guardian unless he actually has his shield, which he's dangerous if he does. Next up, the special 1, it inflicts a slow for 16 seconds. I think that's what it did pre-buff as well. And then while the opponent is suffering from slow, our combat power rate is increased by 25%. It's pretty nice. Now, the special 2, it basically gets more attack based on how many charges we have on our shield. So if you have 15 charges, that is the maximum damage in your special 2. Now, it also fractures your shield, which means you are gonna basically inflict those type of debuffs. You're gonna stun the opponent and also inflict the trauma debuff because it says on fracture. And the special 2 immediately fractures your shield, removes every single charge. And also for each charge removed, you gain more attack. And also the attacks, any debuff you inflict on that special 2 is gonna last for 100% longer, which means your stun is gonna be doubled and your trauma debuff is gonna be double duration. Now, the special 3 is basically for longer fights, where if you have the shield active, it basically reaches the maximum charges. So if you have 7, you're gonna get 15 if you have a max sig, and if it's on cooldown, it actually ends the cooldown. And then you inflict the opponent with a stun debuff for almost 2 seconds, and then also a 30-second fragility debuff. And attacking fragile opponent gives you attack rating and reduces their block proficiency, which is pretty cool. And then his signature ability, like I said, every 46 stones you get 1 more charge or maximum charge in your shield, so you can go up to +5, which means 15. And then also, that's a really cool thing, heavy attacks and special attacks gain critical rating for each unique debuff on the opponent, and that's quite a bit of critical rating. Like, you're gonna see how much a 6-star rank 5 gets, And that is pretty strong for it because it's for each unique debuff. So you can basically triple that when you have Fragile and Slow and Trauma. So check this out. For a 6th rank 5, he gets 1500 critical rating for each unique debuff on the opponent for his specials and his heavies. So that is actually really, really strong. We're gonna start with 200k health and let's see what we can do, man. We're literally gonna jump for our special 2, straight ahead for our special 2. And let's see how much we can deal with as many durabilities as I can. I also really like how when he perfect blocks, which is actually really, really common, you get a longer stun. So right here, I'm trying to build up my durability a little bit. Let's see if I can go up to 15 before I fire off my special 2, because the more durability, the more damage on my special 2, and let's see how much this does. Boom. And she's basically, yeah. And that was literally just going for my special 2 at maximum durability. 30 seconds. Now this is gonna be like close to 700k healthful, so I'm gonna go for my unique debuffs. I don't think I'm gonna go for my special 3, but I want to see how much damage we deal with like the slow up, because it will actually give me more critical rating if I have the slow up, and also more attack on my heavies. So let's go for the slow right here. And I really like how you literally just pop a heavy attack and refresh that, like simple as that. There we go. I'm gonna try and dex the special once to actually build up my durability if I can. Let's see. Nice, we got 13, 14. Gonna go for a parry. There we go. Bait this out. Nice, we got the 15th charge. We're gonna pop the relic to place another physical vulnerability, pop the special 2. And that's pretty good damage, honestly. And look at those heavy attacks as well. Like I said, they get critical rating based on my unique debuffs. And I do have 2 right now, which means like 3000 more critical rating, which is actually, dude, it's really strong. Now I'm gonna wait for my shield to come back, pop this, stack those trauma debuffs, and oh man, he actually is hitting really hard right now. Like, this was 690k health in how much? That was a minute, man. Dude, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, I never really liked Red Guardian, but that was actually pretty impressive. So we are gonna do this fight again, and here I want to show you a tip. So look at this. You want to actually get your shield fractured, because what's that gonna do is basically stun them, and also you're gonna place a trauma debuff on them. And then once your shield comes back, you can inflict the second trauma debuff a lot faster, so you don't have to go for 2 special 2s. You just fracture your shield by either blocking some hits or taking an unblockable hit to your shield. So right here, I'm gonna go for a heavy to try to refresh this. Here we go, and then I'm gonna pop my special 2 and get my second trauma debuff. And what it's gonna do is basically I'm gonna deal 160% more damage from the damage I already inflict. So this is really strong. As you can see, my basics are hitting less than the red. So like red damage is actually through the roof right now. And this is 100% an easier way and faster way to kill the opponent. Like, this is gonna be a massive special 2. Yeah, that was like, look at this. And we haven't even used our special 3, which, man, the special 3, you inflicted fragility, which is another unique debuff. It also increases your critical damage, and then because it's a unique debuff, it's gonna increase your critical rating. So you're gonna see so many crits once I go for another unique debuff. It's literally from like 3000 crit rating to 4500. So we're gonna actually not fight like the whole Iron Fist here with 7.7, but I want to see how fast we can get to that rotation, and also how much damage we're gonna do. So here I'm gonna go for the special 1, and I actually want to get my shield fractured early on. There we go. See that? Simple as that. You just, yeah. And you just get an additional damage right there. And did you see how much? I only took like 1% of my health, because his block proficiency is insane. And yeah, dude, I don't know. I kind of like the Red Guardian right now. So we are going to go for a second fragility right now. We are going to get the stun. And then basically I want to build up to my special 3, pop it and get my maximum fragility, or sorry, maximum durability. and then I just throw a massive special 2 with 15 charges. There might be a faster way you can do this, but I just want to play this safe. There we go. And our basic attacks are doing a lot, man. Like, because we have the two fragility, or sorry, two trauma debuffs. We get the stun. There we go. That's a nice refresh. We got 15 charges. We already are hitting pretty hard when we crit right there. Let's go for a heavy. Boom. That was a big heavy attack, bro. Okay, we're gonna try and push him to the special 2, bait this out. There we go. Let's refresh, don't lose the trauma. Should throw it. Nice. Gonna go for the relic into a big special 2. Let's go. Oh. Oh. Dude, that was like almost 300k health on that last hit. And look at my heavy attacks right now. They're hitting so hard. Boom. We just gotta get a crit. Boom. Dude, that's like an 80k special 2 or a heavy attack. That's actually crazy, bro. Let's go for another special 2. 29 and 52. And we didn't get the crit there, but man, I don't know. I definitely see damage. I see potential to for this guy. 100%. Here, let's just go for another special 3, get our durability max, and then go for another special 2 to finish it off. But dude, I don't know. I'm really happy that this guy, his damage is consistent. You just basically heavy every single time. Just refresh your debuffs, and then you are gonna crit, especially if he's high sig. Like, you see a lot of crits on that heavy attack and the special 2s. Like, this guy's pretty legit. So you can basically have like an indefinite slow up because you just heavy and refresh it. So easy. All right, that was a big heavy attack. And now let's go for a special 2. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, that was like 300k health. Yeah, this guy's pretty legit. I don't know. I want your guys' opinions for sure. That was a 100k heavy attack. I definitely want your guys' opinions. I don't think Red Guardian was that good. I don't think so. And I want to show you this unstoppable thing. Look at this. I can literally spam my heavies with anything happening. Like, you see that slow or that unstoppable? Like, it's always there, and it can definitely help you keep your debuffs up. So yeah, man, that is Red Guardian. I'm pretty happy with his buff. I'm thinking of taking him up. I don't know where or which rank he is on my main account, but dude, he has damage, like 100%. He's got good damage. I don't know if his utility is gonna be good enough. He probably has the highest perfect block chance in the game right now, which is a very good thing to have. Like, if you can have like a 70% chance to perfect block even unblockable attacks, because like I said, you can tank an unblockable attack, you will not have your shield after that, but you can literally take like 0 damage from that unblockable special attack. And you can also have that slow pretty much indefinitely because you just refresh it all the time. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with Red Guardian, guys. Let me know what you think about him. Like, look at this, biggest hit 191k, and then we had like a 300k trauma, I believe. So, or like 100k trauma. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Red Guardian. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.